Hi everyone, welcome back to Total War Therapy. A few weeks ago I asked you, my subscribers, to rank the best artillery units in Total War Warhammer 3, and today I'm gonna show you the results. Anyway, I thought that since Henry Cavill is a renowned Total War fan, maybe he's here hidden among us. So Henry, if you're here, just give us a signal.
I love that game. It's so good. It's so good.
Say that, don't forget to subscribe if you wanna see more videos, and let's begin. For the 10th position, the community chose the organ guns from the faction of the dwarves. That is one of the most elite artillery pieces of this game. What I like about this unit is that even if it sacrifices a lot of range, that is just 300 meters, that, believe me, for an artillery piece this is such a shame, it got a lot of missile strength, especially the ammo piercing one, that makes this unit very versatile. It can tear apart literally any category of unit, from heavy infantry to monsters, cavalry, characters as well. You will be able to recruit this unit only in the late campaign because it's very high tier, but it's good because it's when the enemies will start to get tougher with better armors and so on. The arc of fire is a little low honestly, but at least it doesn't deal friendly fire that much, so great. In the 9th position, the community put the Hell Cannon. That is quite an unexpected choice for me, because I really believe that this unit should be around the top 3 best artillery pieces, but I mean, I don't make the rules today. This is a magical artillery piece, so it will perform better against other demons and, ethereal units, for example. Their range is very good, the missile strength is huge, even if you consider that it's just one entity. It's unbreakable. That is great, and honestly very annoying if you are fighting against the Warriors of Chaos. And it got a couple of ability. One that increased the speed, probably not when you have to run away or escape, but when you have to move through the battlefield. And then another ability that increased the explosive damage, that it lasts only 15 seconds, that's why it will cover just a couple of shots. This unit is great, is very dangerous, and honestly when I fight against the Warriors of Chaos it's a nightmare. In the 8th position we find the Death Shrieker rocket launcher from the roster of the Chaos Dwarfs. I already said in many videos that even if I tested this unit in multiple campaigns and multiple battles, I cannot extract such a good value from it. But the community keeps telling me that this unit is great, so I will try it and try again. What I can say about this unit is that it's still a magical and fire artillery piece with a very good range. The missile strength that basically it got a couple of mods. One that is focused on a single entity. It's basically a rocket, okay? And you can decide if this rocket will hit directly the target, and in this case, in my opinion, for my experience, it doesn't deal that much of damage. Or this missile with the second mod can split in many little raw fire rockets, we can say, that will hit a wider area that is most suitable for infantry. So in the unit, on the card, this unit is very great, but honestly, seriously, I really cannot understand why the community loves it so much. In the 7th position, the community put the Casket of Souls from the Tom King's roster. That is a very interesting choice, and I completely agree, because when you think of Tom Kings, you don't associate them with the artillery, even if they get the Bone Giant, the Ushabti with great bows, and the Casket of Souls, that is an impressive good artillery piece. Is basically this Lich Priest with this Scarab War Shrine, that from this tomb he will send some souls that are very precise, very accurate. They will hit the target very hard with this magical damage. The range is very high. The missile strength in this case it's almost 1000, so far bigger than the Hell Cannon, for example. Then it can help the power recharge of the Winds of Magic. He got the missile resistance, and is an undead unit. And believe me, you can escape a situation better than many other artillery pieces. I love it, and please, Creative Assembly, give us another Tom King's DLC. In the 6th position we find the Hellblaster volley guns, that is actually the Empire counterpart of the organ guns of the dwarves. In this case it got kind of the same range because it's just 290, but the missile strength is increased, is more than the double. That it's crazy. It got more volleys because the dwarfs got only 4 volleys, but this one got 9. Their reload time is not that high. It has you know, multiplier damage against buildings, and I mean, it's insane. There is the version of the war wagons that for me is one of the best units in the game, and yeah, it performs so well. I still remember a siege battles when I was defending, and at some point I just send my Hellblaster volley guns out of the fortress to shoot at the enemy army that was you know, the AI of this game. He was just going into a different direction, and this one single unit, because the other 3 entities were done. So I got just one Hellblaster volley guns, one entity, and it destroyed alone, okay, by itself, an entire army, and I mean, this is crazy. In the 5th position, so in the half, the community put the Queen Bess. That is a unit from the Vampire Coast roster that I talked about, I think just 2 videos ago, and this unit is great, but it's not great. I will explain you why. The range is very high, the ammunition are quite a few, the missile strength is lower than other single entity artillery piece that we previously talked about, but it's more explosive. We can say it will cover a wider area, so it will hit multiple infantry. It got the monstrous impact, that it's an attribute that reduces the speed and the charge speed of the enemies hit, and then there is the black powder aplenty that it improves the, you know, for the first 20% of the ammunition, it improves the damage. Now, why I think that this unit is not great is because when you play with you know, hard difficulty settings, he will miss the target most of the times, and they will not accept contrary opinions, because I mean, I experience battle when this unit, he just finished all the 16 ammunition without hitting a single target, okay, even a single infantry, and this is crazy. I think that I don't know, Creative Assembly maybe should rethink that, because yeah, when you play in easy, this unit is so great, that it's so powerful, but when you play in hard mode, it's just useless. In the 4th position, we find the flame cannons that are the most elite artillery piece of the Dwarves roster. I very like this unit. The problem is the range, again, because it's just 280. That, I mean, there are many snipers units that are the same range, probably even better, some. The missile strength is very high. It's more than 500 with the burn effect that will reduce the leadership. It got some spare resistance, like, I mean, all the Dwarves units. What is great about this artillery piece is the rate of fire. That is very, very fast, okay? I don't care what the unit card said. Believe me, you will see a lot of shots just raining over the enemy units, and when they will finish, they will rain again. It's 6 volleys per entities, and of course they need to target wider units, so like infantry, missile infantry, some cavalries. I should not focus on the monsters, cavalry, and so on, but yeah, and it doesn't get the ammo piercing damage, so even in this case you should focus more on, you know, low tier infantry probably, but yeah, believe me, it's great. They will tear down anything that they encounter, and I think that in any Dwarves roster, even if they don't give you the range superiority against other defensive faction, you should get at least one. In the 3rd place, we find the Fire Rain Rocket Battery. That it's a nice surprise. It's an artillery piece from the Grand Cathay roster, and it's great. The only thing that I dislike about this unit is that there are 2 versions of it. I mean, there is the version with the cannons that they share the same aesthetics, the same model. They just have different kind of ammunition, and honestly, this takes off a little of unicity to this unit that otherwise it would be great. The ammunition are very few, they're just 12, that is crazy. Even with the fire effect, it's a waste. The range is high, the missile strength is high, but not armor piercing. So even if it's a low, if it's a high tier artillery piece, you should focus only on low tier infantry, for example. But even on cavalry, I mean, it's quite versatile, but definitely not against characters and so on. And yeah, I mean, not having the armor piercing damage for an artillery piece of this tier, it's a shame. I have to admit it. It's a yin unit, so be careful to deploy it close to a young unit, so a melee infantry, for example, so it will be improved the reload skill. In the third position, the community put the Hellstorm rocket battery from the Empire roster. This unit is insane. I remember back in Total War Warhammer 2, he was no doubt the most scaring unit in the game. When I was playing against the Empire and I was finding a couple of them, I was auto-resolving no matter how many casualties. I just didn't want to see my infantry being teared apart from this rain of fire. And yeah, it's a unit with a lot of range, a very impressive amount of range. There are 4 entities with I mean, a good missile strength, even a little ammo piercing. The reload time in this case is very slow, but they get you know, 3 shots per volley, and the damage is just insane. Okay, it's very hard to escape. It's very accurate and precise, even when you play in hard difficulty. And yeah, it's the jewel of the Empire, and definitely, yeah, one of the scariest units here. In the first position we find, of course, the Dreadquake Mortar. In this case I agree with my community. This is an insane artillery piece that in my opinion should be debuffed heavily, because its capabilities are too strong for this game. He got not that many ammunition, at least they are just 15, but believe me, one single ammunition can destroy, can annihilate one unit of your enemy army. So consider that 15 ammunition can be 15 enemy units that just, you know, down. The range is great, the missile strength, it's so little that you'll think, okay, it's not that great. Believe me, just it's not explained, because there is the monstrous impact, the armor piercing damage, but at the end the great thing about this unit is that it causes, with you know, with a bullet that hit the ground, it causes a little earthquake that will destroy for a short period of time all the units that are within the range. And believe me, it's very precise, it's very accurate for a mortar unit that, you know, generally when you play with hard setting, for hard difficulty settings, you know, the enemy will manage to dodge the bullets, but it's not the case with the Dreadquake Mortar, that is very accurate, and then it causes this earthquake that, you know, will still hit the enemies. So yeah, please Creative Assembly, do something, because it's really too much. I mean, it's not funny, it's too strong.